Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. When will Expo 2020 Dubai end? Where is the next one? Osaka will host the World's Fair in 2025. The UAE Pavilion has been a favorite with visitors since doors opened in October. Photo Steve Holland Expo 2020 Dubai. Latest, why these 11 pavilions are the most popular at the World Fair. With only 2 weeks left before Expo and its 6-month residency in Dubai, people are flocking to the site to see more of the 200 pavilion, thousands in the west side of the World's Fair. Organizers in Tuesday said there were almost 1.6 million visitors in 1 week, a record number for the event, with 19 million in total since it opened. Here we take a look at what's next for Expo as an event and the legacy plan for the sprawling site in Dubai South. Where and when is the next Expo? The next Expo will be held in Osaka, Japan in 2025. First established in 1851 in London, Expo are generally held every 5 years, but Expo 2020 was postponed for 1 year because of the pandemic. Osaka hosted the World's Fair in 1970. The theme Progress and Harmony for Mankind. Its Expo in 2025 will have a theme of designing future society for our lives, with 150 countries and 25 international organizations expected to participate. Expo 25 will open in April 13 and close on October 13. The Japan Pavilion at Expo 2020 has been one of the more popular stops in Dubai. Organizers have been collecting information about the times visitors have spent in sections related to nature, history, and miniature to nature. Miniature forms. The findings will be used to curate the Expo in Osaka in 2025. Then we will Expo end. The 6-month extravaganza will close its door on March 31. Billed as the world's greatest show when it opened on October 1, organizers confirmed that their first World Fair to be held in the Arab world will close at the end of next month, despite talk of a possible extension. All Vassal Plaza has been Expo's main staging area and the venue of unforgettable concerts featuring bands such as Coldplay, Pawan Singh the National. What's happening to the Expo site? The Expo 2020 site in Dubai will transfer into a residential and business community called District 2020 once the World's fair is over, with cycling the main method of transport. The 4.38 square kilometer area will be reposed to host 145,000 residents and workers with budding business as well as multinational corporations setting up operation in the mixed use district. More than 600 startups and small business from around the world are waiting for a chance to be the first tenant of District 2020, which will open in October. The startups are being selected from 628 businesses shortlisted after more than 3,000 registrations were received from 129 countries. It will become the country's first 15-minute city, meaning it will be possible to walk or cycle from end to end without the need for a car. A big part of District 2020 infrastructure is centered around health and well-being with the aim of promoting an active and balanced lifestyle. The site will feature smart mobility solutions that encourage suitable and flexible means of movement between their office and home. District 2020 will include a range of mobility options that link the site, such as a dedicated autonomous vehicle route, a 10-kilometer cycling track, intercontinental-wide pedestrian pathway, and a 5-kilometer jogging track. The Expo 2020 Dubai site forms a large part of Dubai 2040 urban plan. What's staying behind at the Expo site? Once the World Fair draws to close on March 31, work will begin on transforming the $8 billion site into a residential and commercial and community. It's estimated that about 80% of the structure will remain in some form. The UK has already said it will open a hydrogen innovation center, while the UAE on the large site. Italy's government said it will run a Renaissance legacy project at the site to preserve agricultural artifacts and art recovered from war zone. Almost 1.6 million visitors to Expo 2020 Dubai in 1 week as number reached 19 million. Expo 2020 Dubai legacy site to welcome first 10 tests with months. Speaking to the National shortly before the World's Fair began, Chief Experience Officer Marjan Faralduni said some of the largest buildings on site, such as a mobility pavilion, were built with the future in mind. When we thought about the building, we automatically thought about what these buildings would be doing after the event is over. For this particular on the mobility, the legacy is very flexible, MS Fardoni said. We have worked closely with the architect on a design that allow us to sit and repurpose it as a commercial office building. Expo Legend Seaside District 2020 in pictures. District 2020, the future of Expo 2020 Dubai has announced the evaluation and shortlist of more than 600 applications from global startups and some business through its dedicated internship program. This marks the first major milestone for the dedicated scale to Dubai program, which began accepting applications back in September 2021. The final announcement of successful applicant is expected to be revealed by March and will eventually see over 80 selected startups and small business joining District 2020's community from October 2020 to 22.